Okay, so first up, I would like to welcome from beautiful Taylor's Lakes, Humphrey's least favorite grandfather, but it's definitely Humphrey and Archie's favorite home away from home, the parents of the bride, Francis and Wes.
Hi everyone. Sorry, can you hear me? Is that right? That's all good. This will be quick, so don't worry. Firstly, my name's Wes, and this young lady here is my wife Frances. We're coming up. We're coming up to our 33rd anniversary in April, so we're pretty happy about that. We'd like to start by saying that Olivia has chosen the most lovely family in Ian, Glennis, Tom, Luke, and Evan that you could wish for as her in-laws. You are so welcoming, so loving, so wonderful. It has been such an incredible experience to meet you all, and thank you all for being you. To Luke and Tom's partners, Shana and Tiffany, I don't know where you're sitting, sorry. We would just like to say, on behalf of both of us, thank you so much for leaving the short one for Olivia. You do seem to breed them tall in Shepparton. When Evan first arrived at our house, he walked straight up to me as a gentleman to introduce himself and to shake my hand. I was impressed. However, I noticed straight away that he wasn't looking at me, but over my shoulder into the TV room. His eyes lit up when he saw the Foxtel remote on the couch. After shaking hands, he made a beeline straight into the TV room where he took control of the remote. We have since been subjected to a learning environment of American baseball, gridiron, but most of all basketball. I personally don't like basketball, but go Milwaukee. Evan, you have been the most wonderful, supportive, and amazing young man that has cared for and loved our daughter so incredibly well that we could never thank you enough. We could not wish for or hope for a better son-in-law than you. When I say to you that I love you, I mean it because I know what Olivia has put you through. and and your
tornado, Olivia.
and your passion for her has delivered her here today still. So Olivia has always dedicated herself to studying and committing herself to supporting her friends who have always been there for her and supported her. You've got a great friendship support community, Olivia. It's fantastic to see. You have been an absolute joy and love for us to watch you grow and mature. And now that you're with Evan, he has, and we believe, will always be committed to supporting and caring for you. Olivia, you always knew you were my number one child. Well, that was until Thomas came along. But you're still a close second. We still love you so much, our Snuggle Pot Pie, which is my little nickname for her, SPP. We wish you every happiness, success, and love for the future, and we are pretty certain that you have married the best person that will provide that for you. We wish you both all every success and enjoyment in your journey together. Ladies and gentlemen, if we can just make a toast. If you would please join me in a toast to the bride and groom, to the happy couple, Olivia and Evan.
As you can see, I'm so tall. I I would like to thank everyone for coming, people that have travelled so far away, but also there's been so many people that have helped. Glennis and I talked about, things throughout the 12 months, but who have helped pick up things, do things, and didn't even question it, just did it for Olivia and Evan today. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Thank you so much for helping out. It takes a village, and it certainly did today. So thank you.
Is it loud enough the back? Beautiful.
Thanks very much, Wes and Francis. Nice words. I like your style there, Wes, starting out with the short jokes. That was good. I like that one. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the parents of the groom. Could we please give a warm welcome to Ian and Glennis?
Hi, everyone. So the first thing I just want to say is that I haven't heard Ian's speech. I know what he did last time, and I've only said to him no talking about sex or anything like that again. So that's what he did last time. It was very embarrassing. Now, it's so hard to sum up a lifetime of love in just a few minutes. Know, Evan, how much your grandparents, Elaine and Lindsay, Meg and Ron, your Auntie Jenny and Uncle Warren, who all loved you so much, would have been so proud of you today. So Evan was born on my birthday, just after midnight. I had hoped it would be earlier so I could say I was only 36 when I had the baby, but I had to be 37. But I realised how special it was to actually have our son born on my birthday, and it's been sort of special ever since, really. Go, Ian.
Right.
Sorry.
Here we go. Oh dear. Okay. Well, best video guy ever. Anyway, I'm glad Glennis mentioned her 37th birthday because I didn't. She did. Okay. So I'm just a response from that. One of the things that when we found out that Glennis was pregnant and the baby was going to be born in the 37th year, it was advised to us very strongly to have a thing called an amniocentesis test, which we did over at Royal North Shore Hospital. Just bear with me, it's not too medical. And we did the swab and had to wait 10 days for the result, which we did. And it was to make a big decision if, things weren't heading north. Anyway, I was charged with ringing up Royal North Shore Pathology to get the result. And Glennis said to me, when you're ringing up, I think they can actually tell you the gender of the baby. And Glennis said, but I do not want to know the gender of the baby. And I was so busy. And we were so busy that I never gave it a moment's thought about the gender of the baby. Evan was going to come in May, and we're going to deal with that baby bump much later on. Hang on a second. Oh, right. Anyway, so I got charged with ringing up the Royal North Shore Hospital to get the pathology result. And they said, all healthy with the baby. Do you want to know the gender of the baby? And in a Homer Simpson moment, I said, yeah, why not? So she told me that I was having a son and already had 2 sons. Well, I was stunned, absolutely stunned. And I had a number of thoughts when this happened. The first thought was world domination. The second one, as much as, we're Loudons, we can't have ourselves. I was thinking about the money. I was going to save a fortune on hand-me-downs. By the time I got to heaven, it was going to be well used. Anyway, I had to go around, and I had those thoughts, and I had to go around and see Glennis in another room and let her know that, thumbs up, baby Loudon was good to go. Wait 25 weeks. And about 5 minutes later, she said to me, do you know the gender of the baby? Did you ask the gender of the baby? And I said, yeah, as a matter of fact, I did. Off she went for 5 minutes and she came back. She said, you're really happy. You're really, really, really happy. And I tried to fob her off. No fobbing off, Glenys. She wanted to know what I knew and was I going to tell her. Anyway, yeah, my lips were sealed. Anyway, much later on, we were in Luke's room, which was a baby room at that stage, of course, and everything was blue. And I said to Glenys, I'll tell you why I'm so happy. I looked around Luke's room, all blue teddies, everything else like that. I said, I don't have to redecorate this room at all. Anyway, to sum it up, with a favourite Simpsons character, the comic book guy, I'm sure he would have said, worst gender reveal ever.
I don't remember any of that. Okay, so Evan was pretty much set and forget. In fact, sometimes we did forget about him because we were so busy with the other two running around, and he was such a good boy. The boys grew up really close and they'd play sport outside for hours. Sometimes there were fights, and Evan came absolutely beside himself, sobbing into the house one day and said that his brothers were being really mean to him because they wouldn't let him be his favourite player, who was Wiki Ponting. Instead, they were making him be Wiki Keeper. So Evan had also a gorgeous head of red, beautiful curly hair. It was just fantastic. And then one day I came home, and I might add, he was under the supervision of Ian, okay? So that's a worry in itself. And one day I came home only to find that Luke, who was probably aged about 3 or 4, had cut all the curls off Evan's hair and they were all over the floor. Not happy.
Okay, Evan, you have done so much to make us proud. Even establishing your own business partnership with Tommy Weston at the end of your university studies. Growing your business from the ground up and having 1 million followers on Facebook, which was just amazing and such a buzz for us to watch. You've always been a goer, and you've always wanted to improve yourself through hard work and Now, you did get dealt a tough set of cards a few years ago with type 1 diabetes, but you've come through the other side. It's something that you manage with and live with every day. I admire you for your total dedication to that and the way you've actually conducted yourself and not sooked up about it. You've just got on with it and managed it. That's all right.
That's good. Now, when Evan told us he was bringing home a girl he met online, and she was studying law, and she worked part-time as a customs official at the airport, Ian and I were really keen to meet her. So we were expecting this really tough, big girl with, with big boots on and stuff like that. But there was this gorgeous, tiny girl. And we couldn't imagine her at the airport walking through around in the big black heavy boots and an official uniform. Now, Evan did his usual trick of losing something. This time it was her keys at our house to her car. So I'm not sure what she thought of him at that point. I'm sure she must have been a bit worried, but she must have still liked him because here they are today, full of love and happiness for each other. You, Olivia, are the woman who makes our son truly happy, and we love you for that. You are everything we could have wished for and hoped for our son. Francis and Wes, you have raised such a kind and compassionate daughter. We couldn't be more grateful. We feel so lucky. We feel so lucky that we have 3 girls now in our family who are great mates and such amazing women. And we do think of you all as our girls. So may you treasure your life together the good times and the challenges. Trust me, it goes very fast. So grow old together in love. And as Evan's favourite toy as a child would say, to infinity and beyond.
Thank you, Ian and Glennis. Glennis, wonderfully spoken as always. Ian, you took us on a journey again. Thank you. Next up, some of the most stunning looking people here tonight. It's the bridesmaids, Bridget, Kim, Emma, and Lauren.
I can jump, it's fine.
For those of you who we haven't met, we are Bridget, Emma, Kim, and Lauren. And let us just state the obvious today. Doesn't Olivia look absolutely stunning? Absolutely. We've known Olivia for over 20 years. When we did Junior Rock of Stedford, we met her, and Olivia affectionately became Olive in our rendition of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And while she hasn't grown upward since year 5, we've had the privilege of watching her grow into the woman she is today. We are so lucky to still be friends after all these years, and we've been through all the highs and lows that have led us to this moment of being by our best friend's side while she marries her soulmate.
I'll just kind of do this. When writing this speech, there were 2 clear facts about Olivia. Not the actual first thing. Oh, sorry. Oh, hang on. It's all right. It's fine. Thank you. Not the actual first thing, but the first thing we always remember. Olivia's always the first one to say shots. So, bartenders, you have been warned. The other first thing, Olivia is always late. The 4 p.m. ceremony was very intentional. Between the 4 of us, we have got very used to scheduling everything half an hour before we're actually meant to be there. But as the Queen of Genovia once said, a queen is never late. Everyone else is simply early. Oh, I know I've got another bit. Sorry, I've got another bit. However, no matter the time, whenever you need her, Olivia will be there to offer you to come pick you up from a nightclub, or more importantly, to run someone over for you.
She's got your back. She's there for you. She never wants anyone left alone. In looking around the room tonight, seeing you all here, we're sure you know this same feeling of welcoming and inclusive friendship. It would be amiss if we didn't mention Olivia's constant support and welcoming nature, and not to mention Wes, Francis, and Thomas. Growing up, the door was always open at the Perry household, and it is clear where Olivia got her kind heart from. As the years have passed and our group has got bigger, Evan has made a wonderful addition. Seeing how much he loves Olivia, cares for her in sickness and in health, helps her make a decision when she's being indecisive. Always. We couldn't ask for a better husband for our best friend. Plus, he let her get 2 dogs, with more to come, I hope you know, so that we know that he's for life.
We were also thrilled to hear in the speech today that Evan is taking up supporting the mighty Collingwood Pies. Because if Frances' protest wasn't enough of a no, remember, she's a lawyer, it was in the fine print. Plus, a happy wife and a happy wife's family, happy life. So just keep that in the back of your head. We look forward to being there along the journey with you guys, teaching Evan to switch out his false teeth and watching you grow as a couple. To the bride and groom, we wish you a very happy and wonderful marriage, making more memories together and hopefully sipping some tea and biscuits rather than doing shots like Olivia loves. Now, we forgot our glasses, but cheers to you guys.
Well done, ladies. Very nicely rehearsed and articulated there. Well said. Next up, we've got the three fellas coming up. Now, they're actually coming up here to undertake an audition for their WWE wrestling career, these blokes. Can we give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Will, Woz, and Weston?
Ooh, a lot of people here. So I'm Warwick. This is Will and Tom, or Weston. And as a friend of the bride and groom, I'm honoured to be here doing this speech for you guys. Like these two knuckleheads. I met Evan all the way back in grade 5, or just before grade 5 for orientation day at GVGS. I vividly remember sitting next to Tom that day, scanning the room to see who we might become friends with the next year. And unfortunately for me, Tom and I we came as a bit of a package deal. If you know him, you know what I mean. It didn't take long. We scanned the room, we looked around, we saw this quiet little small kid and this fiery redhead kid. And it was Sam Bowmaker from Dookie and Evan. And we locked on, we were like, oh, I don't know. We'll give him a go. Fast forward 21 years after that, from that fateful day in 2002, Sam grew up. And Evan's still prone to second-degree sunburns. Unsurprisingly, Evan got over hanging out with us, so he thought he'd try his luck with online dating. It's been mentioned a few times tonight. Attempting to convince girls he's one of the good ones by giving them free sausage dog merchandise. And finally, someone took the bait. And here she sits. It's been glorious. It's been a privilege to see you guys grow. Thank you for trusting me to do this speech. I hope you have a long and prosperous marriage.
Reliability and organisation are qualities that Evan is unfortunately not known for. Bank cards, passports and iPhones are extremely high turnover possessions. This morning, actually, driving Evan's car, I was greeted with a myriad of alarms. Low washer fluid, oil low, low tyre pressure and service overdue. Don't worry, we've topped up the air whilst we're in Broadford today, so you're all good for the return trip. No better word sums up Evan's approach to life other than hopeless. When hearing that Evan had bumbled across a newfound love, I was so hopeful she would bring some change. But once hearing that Olivia loses her car in multi-storey car parks and dislocated her jaw on a hamburger, all hope was lost. There is no doubt in my mind that Evan is hopeless and Olivia is hopeless, but they are hopelessly in love with each other. So much so that taking her advice on not needing sunscreen whilst on holiday ended up with us in a Balinese hospital with Evan having second-degree burns and screams that I'll never forget. As hopeless as you two are, somehow getting through life together, you have found the perfect person to do it with. The laughter, the happiness, you bring so much joy to the room and it is infectious for all the people that are around you. I'll leave you with an image of Evan and Olivia's moment of absolute bliss. Slouching on the couch, 4 different types of Uber Eats surrounding them, an absolute trash TV show, and an army of sausage dogs. Congratulations, Olivia and Evan.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, man. Oh, wow. All right. Evan's a great guy, but let's face it, he's hopeless. Hopeless at putting air in his tires, hopeless at trading cryptocurrencies, hopeless at organizing essentially anything. But let's not forget his greatest hopeless feat, creating and processing insulin. or, or maybe when all three Loudons put their heads together to figure out how to reverse their caravan into their garage and figured the best course of action was to call Duffy and get him to do it for them. But you know what? Evan's hopelessness has given us all hope. Hope that no matter what, we can all find love. And that's exactly what he's done. He's found the love of his life in Olivia, who, might I add, is also hopelessly in love with him. And also hopeless. So, let's all charge our glasses one more time. To Mr. and Mrs. Loudon, two hopelessly in love people who prove that even the most hopeless among us can find happiness. Congratulations to the happy couple, and thank you, ChatGPT.
All right, thank you, Will, Weston, and Woz. That was really, really good. Next up, you might know them from some highlight reels of absolutely dominating Evan in wrestling. It's his bigger and biggest brother, Luke and Tom.
He used that gag last time, so good on you. Nah, it's very funny. Tall gags, nothing better. For those who don't know us, which means you probably shouldn't be here, I'm Luke. This is Tom. We're Evan's older, wiser, stronger, better-looking brothers. To be standing up here today in front of you all on my younger brother's big day, marrying the stunning Olivia, puts enormous pressure on myself with Tiff. So thanks for that. I've been stitched up a bit here trying to come up with content on two brothers' wedding speeches in the space of 6 months. So I'll do my best. But given Evan's rowdiness for life itself, I'm pretty comfortable there's enough to get through.
Evan has not had it easy in life. Look at him. Red hair, diabetes, and a secret steroid addiction after years of battling any muscular development. He has had to make his own way in life. What many would call his entrepreneurial and ambitious spirit, we, as brothers, refer to as pyramid schemes, animal exploitation, and all-round general shadiness. Now, growing up, Evan has always been ultra competitive at every sport he's attempted. He's also been ultra mediocre at every sport he's ever attempted. At the peak of his powers, he scored 68 goals for Dookie United, which is the equivalent of an adult Auskick. However, he felt far more at home in GBGS D-grade badminton, where he failed to win a match.
Evan is a risk taker. Whether it be purchasing thousands of dollars worth of sausage dog accessories to sell on his new website, Sausage Dog Central, with sausage dog hater Tom Weston, or investing in crypto, much to the disappointment of our dad, Ian Blue Chip Loudon, Evan will either be a multi-billionaire by 40 or he will have to sell Humphrey and Archie's kidneys to source his next meal.
With Olivia, Evan has finally met his perfect match. She is almost one of the boys. Thankfully not. These days, when Evan hits his bedtime of 9 p.m. on a Saturday night, which is fast approaching, Olivia is there to fly the flag and is often seen partying till dawn. We're lucky that Olivia is taking the last name Loudon, so someone finally can be more befitting in the marriage to be called Rowdy Loudy.
Right, now onto a little bit more serious stuff. Evan, we are both incredibly proud of you as your brothers. Your drive and positive attitude in life is inspiring. You are easy to connect with, which is on show tonight, given how much of your mates are here. Extremely loyal and down to earth. Everything about you comes from the heart with meaning and purpose. You wear your heart on your sleeve, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
Evan, you've met the perfect soulmate in Olivia. Olivia might actually be too nice, if that's a thing. You came into our brother's life at the perfect time, and we are so glad you did. Watching you together, giggling at literally anything, and I mean anything, is always very amusing, but largely very annoying. Olivia, you are always happy, always generous, and always looking out for everyone besides yourself. We are looking forward to all the years ahead that we get to spend together with the very privileged Loudon girls. Olivia, welcome to the family.
Gee whiz, what a hard act to follow. That was unbelievable. Yeah, poor Evan, he just got toweling down just then. So much so, I think he needs a toilet break. So we might just let him go to the toilet and we'll be back soon. In the meantime, speak amongst yourselves. Thanks again for your patience, everybody. There was a real insight there, I think, to the Loudon genetics. Come from a long line of men with small bladders. So, yeah, obviously, thanks for your patience. We couldn't have denied him a toilet break at his own wedding. So, yeah, thanks for that. I think it was a good opportunity to go and have a drink and a bit of an intermission. KJ's still just lurking. We'll just wait another moment. Oh, nah. I'll make a fool of myself. We might just kick on. What do you reckon, KJ? So, yeah, we'll give them a chance to have a bit of a rebuttal tonight, guys. They've obviously copped a bit of a toweling, especially Evan. So we'll give them a chance to, redeem themselves. Come up, guys, and big round of applause. Sorry, and just quickly, straight after after their speech, we're going to go straight into the first dance. So just a bit of a heads up.
Thanks, Charlie. On a day like today, when there is so much love and support in the room, there are so many people to thank and so many people to be thankful for. Especially big thanks to those who went the extra mile and flew in from interstate and overseas. I've got family from America and Sydney here, so much appreciated. Thank you.
Secondly, thanks to all of our friends and family who have helped us put together today. And a special shout out to Joel, Kate, Tony, Hung, Estelle, Alison, and the amazing Gretel for all your helping hands, picking up various things and setting everything up.
Thank you, Sarah, for putting the case together. If you would like to join the Loudon Family Diabetic Club, then get into those. Thank you to Christy as well for spinning the tunes for this evening.
To our incredible MCs, KJ and Strathy, thank you for your friendship and your amazing efforts tonight. And thank you for not using Evan's terrible pre-made gags. Massive thank you also firstly to my auntie Liz. The only thing Evan and I knew for certain when we got engaged was who would do the honour of marrying us, and we're so grateful for it for being for you. Thank you also to my grandpa for his wonderful words. This is probably the furthest you've ever had to flown for a speech, and we're very grateful for it. Thank you to Gary and Naomi for your words before and for your friendship. Special shout out to Naomi, who probably spent majority of the time filtering Gary. But also thank you for your bride talks, friendship and support during this time. Additionally, massive thank you to my amazing bridesmaids. You threw me my dream hens, dealt with multiple meltdowns and multiple dress photos, and have been my constant support and cheerleaders for many years now. We've been through so much together, whether it be school exams, serving pizzas, or simply moving through life. I am so grateful to have you support me today also. You may have flippantly called Evan Sausage Dog Guy to begin with, but he thanks you now for welcoming in as my husband.
Thank you to Will, Warwick and Weston for your kind-ish words before. I don't have a comeback prepared, but just watch out. Bales, like Tom said at his wedding, you really are like the daughter mum never had, and you are a loud and in orbit name, unfortunately for you. For those who don't know, Dad used to call Bales Goldilocks because she used to live with 3 bears. Me, Tom and Luke. I thought it was pretty spot on. Thank you for being an amazing friend. Thank you also to my groomsmen Mika, and particularly Weston, for putting together my Bucks party. Tom and Luke, you blokes showed up and took credit for it, so thanks for coming. Mika and Weston, I lived with both of you at various times in my life, especially Mika, who had to deal with us during lockdown. And that is a burden I wouldn't wish upon anyone. But you both made it and you both managed to tolerate us, so thanks very much. Weston, you have also been a business partner, and I'll always be thankful for the memories of selling Chinese dog rams at inflated prices to enthusiastic dog parents. Luke and Tom, despite you taking all of the athletic ability in the family and leaving me with not much to work with, thank you both for being the best brothers I could ask for. You've always had my back, and I appreciate how close we are now. A far cry from the days of fighting over Thomas the Tank Engines and PlayStations when we were younger.
To my new family, I am truly blessed to have found not only a partner in Evan, but friends, siblings, love, and a new support system in Tom, Luke, Shana, and Tiffany. We are more than just in-laws, and the bond that 6 of us share is next to none. I constantly get comments from people reminding me how lucky I am that we are so close, and I certainly feel that way. To my new amazing parents, to my new parents, Glennis and Ian. From the day we met and you fed a broken-jawed Olivia soup and movies, to not laughing too much at me when I thought the Yarra Valley and Mornington were close by for wedding venue shopping. I feel so safe and at home with you both. You have raised the most incredible person in my husband, and for that I am eternally grateful. But you now have also shaped me into a wife through your guidance, words, and wisdom of love. Thank you for everything for today and every day. I would be remiss to not mention a big shout out to 2 special men who couldn't be here tonight due to commitments such as napping and eating vertically, Herbert and Homer. I'm not sure I would have swiped right on Evan's profile without their furry eyes tempting me in or making our first date bearable.
To the Perry family, Wes, Francis, Thomas, and the extended family, thank you for welcoming me into your home with open arms. Despite Olivia trying to keep me hidden at the start of the romance, which meant I had to sleep in a single room in the next door, leaving me quite sexually frustrated for a few weeks, I am very glad she eventually told you that I wasn't just a friend, and you are now my family too. I'm very lucky to have such an amazing family of in-laws, and I look forward to continued Sunday dinners and everything else that is to come. Thank you for entrusting me to live a life with your daughter.
Yeah. To my brother Thomas, to me, you will always be my little brother, even if Humphrey hasn't quite welcomed you in as an uncle. You are dedicated, strong, and caring, and I can't wait to continue to watch you grow and become the amazing man you already are. To my parents, I simply can't put into words what you both mean to me. Mum, it's a running joke that I've been slightly indecisive when it comes to the wedding. But you have been with me through every misstep and every unsure moment, and that translates to my life too. Your unwavering bravery, unconditional Italian nonna-style love, and devotion to myself and Thomas is the reason we are here today, and we would be nothing without you. To my dad, you once told me a story that the first time you held me in your arms, you stated the words, "In life you will want for nothing." And you have certainly kept that promise to me. No matter what strain it has meant to you, you always put me first, and I can never repay you for what you have done for me every day.
To my mum and dad, thank you so much for your love and support. Dad, I was actually going to say thanks for preparing your speech, but, well done. I know everyone is biased when it comes to their parents, and I'm no different. You guys have both supported me, pushed me, guided me, and been there for me when I needed it. You've welcomed Olivia into our family just as much as you do for a new sausage dog, which is a pretty big compliment. Despite you giving me red hair, freckles, and skin whiter than paper, I feel so lucky to have you both as my parents. Thanks for being the best parents a son could ever ask for. I love you guys. That's it.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has won, and I thank God I'm right. You're just too good to be true. The sight of you leaves me free. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I